Yes. What's up with it, people? Good morning. Well, I'm tired, man, still. But I'm up. Oh, sneeze, man. That's right. I feel like I was about to sneeze. What the fuck, man? Fucking trees. Of course it's fall, man. Of course. It is fall. The leaves are supposed to fall off the tree. And all them other things too. I almost tripped over those little ball things that be up in the tree. These things right here. Almost got a twisted ankle. A fucking twisted ankle on that motherfucker. Fucking song stuck in my head, Thriller. They played it so much during Halloween. Anyway, bro. Good morning, I guess, right? We gotta work out today. Oh yeah, we gotta bust a sweat. Tired and all, man. I guess I didn't get enough sleep because I'm yawning still. Anyway, I want to talk about the motherfuckers who are staying down forever. You know, don't do it, man. You better pick a field, chase a jackpot or something. Do something, man. You feel me? Don't fucking stay down forever. You got Heath Seed, man. He ain't gonna make no adjustments, bro. He done for it. He's already finished, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know. Don't stay down forever and ever. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can say what's his name. He gonna get out of the situation. Savvy guy. Yeah, I can say that he gonna get out of his situation, man. Especially when you said one of my subscribers said that he was gonna maybe start his own business. You know, with mechanics and shit like that. Yeah, I can see him getting out of a situation like that. But it would have to be his own business. It can't be just a job. You feel what I'm saying? For some guys, for some guys, blue collar work ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work for them, man. They're not making enough money to attract women, man. You know what I'm saying? Just being a truck driver and shit like that, man, or working on cars and stuff, that's not gonna work long term. You know what I'm saying? You go still. I'm talking about status. You gotta get more money. Making $150,000 a year is not gonna work. 150 grand, 250 grand. That ain't no real money, man. Per year, making 150 grand a year, that ain't no real money, bro. Motherfuckers gonna stay down forever, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, start pursuing money and power, man. That's what you need to pursue, bro. Some guys can't afford to not have that. Some guys can't afford to they can't afford to not have money and success in their life, man. For real, for some guys, they gotta get out there and get that money. Me too, man. There's no room for failure, bro. I can't fail at what I do because I can't afford to. You feel me? If I fail, I suffer for the rest of my life, bro. I want to someday come out of this shit. But you got some guys who just gonna stay down. Feel me? He gonna stay down. Look at the way he's talking, bro. And then you got short bald guy, he gonna stay down. Talking about he want a tall woman, it's like, bruh, in your fucking dreams, man. That's a nearly impossible thing to pull off. You know what I'm saying? That shit is nearly impossible to pull off, man. You can't just get out of your situation with just ease like that. That's why I wasn't really excited for him when he was going out on a date. Short, bald guy, okay? I wasn't excited for him when he was just going out on just one date because it's gonna take more than just one date to get out of his situation. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this. If I'm taller, better looking than him, and I'm struggling to get out, I know he's gonna be having problems, way more harder problems than me. I'm 5'9", I'm muscular, you know what I'm saying? Better looking in the face. I'm like, you can't tell me that you're gonna get out of your situation before me, man. So I was like, okay, watch the outcome. And what happened? She ghosted him. I told you. I told you that female was gonna ghost him, bro. And he got mad. I'm talking about short bald guy, bro. He got mad. He was hot. He got heated. I told you, you don't get out of your situation like that, man. Unless you get very lucky. And you know how luck is for a lot of people, man. Most people are unlucky in life, man. Some people had lucky lives. They didn't have to struggle. They didn't have to feel any struggle in their lifetime, man. You got celebrities that been rich for like a very long time, like Diddy, Jay-Z. These dudes don't even know what struggling is no more, man. Especially when it comes to women. These dudes had it good since the 90s, and they ain't got no problem with getting coochie on their side or by their side, you know? That's called luck. Most of us are unlucky. That's why I say, man, you keep chasing the bag until your luck turns around, man. Until you win. You feel what I'm saying? You keep going until you win. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us can't afford to lose, bro. I can't afford to lose. Some of you motherfuckers can't afford to lose. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, we gotta work out today. We gotta work out. For my shirt. You know what I'm saying? So you staying down forever like that, man, without taking action, man, you just causing yourself more misery. You're gonna go through a lifetime of misery versus only a few years of misery. I'll take the few years of misery over a lifetime of misery, bro. We got a nigga on YouTube that came to my comment section and was like, I've been single for the last 27 years. I said, God damn. Do I really want to be like this guy, bro? Hell no, bro. That means he didn't take no action. He just kept letting the years go by. Watching TV, coping, probably drinking alcohol, you know, just coping with the fact that he's been single for the last, 27 years of his life, when he could have got out of that long time ago. If he would have been on the paper chase, let's say he figured out he was struggling in the first 3 years when he started getting out there dating as a teenager, right? Because we do date when we teens. We ain't supposed to date, being teenagers, but we do. We go out on dates around 17, 18, 19 years old. And back then, when he saw that he was struggling getting women, he should have been like, oh no, we gotta enroll in school, or we gotta do something to get this money, because women ain't gonna come to me like that. If I'm struggling, I gotta chase the bag. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, I gotta become something. When you think about Iron Mike Tyson, bro, there was no way out for him, bro. He was gonna be an incel. Hey, I looked at Iron Mike Tyson. Was it today, or was it I think last night or something like that? And I was like, Mike Tyson is one ugly looking dude, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, he'll beat your ass, but that dude is sub-5 for sure, and he could not afford to get out there and lose fights in the beginning of his career, bro. He had to keep winning. He had to get that belt around his around his waist. You know what I'm saying? Because women were gonna deal with him. He wasn't gonna get the beautiful women, you know what I'm saying, if he didn't become champion. So, he had to get out there and put in that work. Back in the 80s, you know what I'm saying, when he first started boxing, he in his head, he was like, he probably was full of anger because he wasn't getting no women, bro. And he took it out in the ring. I'm talking about Iron Mike Tyson, bro. He probably wouldn't get no women, and he just took all that frustration and anger out, in the ring. Especially against taller men and shit. He probably had that that Napoleon complex. You feel me? Because he was 5'9". I don't care what nobody say. Mike Tyson is around my height, bro. He's 5'9". Not 5'10", not 5'11". Because back in the past they were saying Mike Tyson was 5'11". No, he not. I saw him and Tupac, together, side by side, and they were the same height. So, Iron Mike Tyson, he was on the average height at best side. He was sub 5. Okay, women didn't want to have nothing to do with him, man. Even I saw an episode, I think it was the Mike Tyson the movie, where they started to talk about girls, and they didn't want to talk about girls at the table. It was him, Mike Tyson, a custom model, and his wife, and they started talking about women. And then I guess custom model was like, oh, let's not talk about women. Let's not talk about women, because Mike Tyson wasn't getting no women. In the beginning, when he started training, he was, you feel me? He was sub 5. But my main point is that Mike Tyson saw that there was no way out for him but to become champion. And once he got that belt around his waist, that's when the women start coming in, bro. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers gotta succeed, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Or they're gonna live a life of hell, bro. They ain't gonna have no women in their life, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like I said, I saw Mike Tyson with it last night. I was like, Mike Tyson, I know he older and stuff, man, but he one ugly dude, bro. The relationship he in right now is based on a business, sexual attraction for him. Because his wife is definitely above her looks level. I mean, his looks level. Mike Tyson, his wife, man, definitely above his looks level. Not even close. You know what I'm saying? So my main point is that sometimes there's no other way out but to succeed. Whatever you're doing in your life, if you are struggling in the date market, you have to succeed. There's no other way out. There's no way out, bro. It's not going to be easy either. But if you keep going long term, man, you eventually get to your destination. You feel me? You'll eventually get you feel me? Get you where you got to go. Don't sit there your whole entire life and not doing anything, man. That's just laziness, man. A lot of cats are laziness. They lazy, man. What the fuck was that noise? You know what I'm saying? They learned that from their parents, bro. Your parents failed your ass, man. I keep on saying this, man. The reason why a lot of guys are not productive or they're not chasing the bag because their parents didn't teach them at an early age to chase the bag. You got to be taught from an early age to chase the bag. Now, if you grow up seeing your mother and father not give a damn about the bag, most likely you're not going to give a damn either. You know what I'm saying? Somebody come around my channel about, you can't blame your mother and father for failing in life. I'm like, well, who's the first teachers in life? Who taught you when you was coming up? Your parents, okay? Your parents wasn't hard enough on you in school. You know what I'm saying? Your parents wasn't by your side making sure you succeed in life. Okay? If you want to become a baseball player, your parents are supposed to take you to all the games. Okay? You're not supposed to be going to the baseball practice by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Your parents are supposed to be there 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? unless they're super ill or sick or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they're supposed to be there every single time, man, for you. And a lot of the parents, I'm sorry, man, a lot of the our parents didn't give a damn about us, man. My parents didn't give a fuck about me, bro. I had to grow up on my own and shit. I was surrounded by people, mentors, and people who didn't really have my best interests at heart. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you know, surrounded by people who really didn't care about me, who didn't steer me in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Even though they were capoeira instructors and stuff like that, they still wasn't good. They wasn't. I mean, they wasn't good enough to put me on the right path. You feel me? Because I could have became a boxer or a baseball player, but I didn't have the right guidance. My mother wasn't. She wasn't a good mother, man. She wasn't hard enough on me. You see, when your child is young, you gotta be hard on them. You know what I'm saying? When they're young, to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is cold and you need good parents, so you can survive. If you're coming up in a broken household, man, it's gonna be hard to succeed, bro. What's up with it? What's up with it, Bix? You know what I'm saying? See, it's all about your parents, how they brought you up, man. And notice all the greats they had, some type of good parents in their life, man. All the greats of baseball, basketball, football, if they didn't have a father, they had a strict mother, man. And it's rare that mothers are strict and hard on you like your father, but there is, mothers out there that have been really strict with their kids and stuff, But you need a mother and a father in the household, bro. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers didn't have that, bro. And that's the reason why a lot of guys are lost. Why you think you got a bunch of like undisciplined men that are incels out here? Because they didn't have a strong father that put them in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yeah, we're gonna work out today, baby. Oh yeah. We're gonna do like 300 push-ups, some squats. You feel me? We're gonna do some squats. We gotta get our legs strong. And then we gotta, and then we gotta do some kicks, so a little bit of capoeira, you feel me? And we good. Oh yeah. You feel me? So you gotta understand something, man. We have to make sure that we succeed, bro. I don't want to live a lifetime of misery, struggling in the dating market. I don't want to live that way my whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live that way. You can go ahead and live that way, but I don't. I don't want to live that way. Because you got dudes like Heat and Succeed, he gonna stay there forever, man. In his situation, man, he's cooked. He's juiced. He's finished, bro. He'll never make it out. That means in the next decade, he's still gonna be there. Wow, man. And we know life is short. You know what I'm saying? 10 more years gonna pass and he's still gonna be in the same situation, talking about, ghosts and demons and shit. He's gonna be in that same situation in the next 10 years. You feel me? Who else? Who else gonna be in that same situation, bro? Short ball guy. He ain't making it out. He ain't making it out, man. He's stuck like Chuck, bro. He ain't gonna be there. Next 10 years, he'll be still in the same situation, bro. You feel me? He'll never make it out because he don't have the ambition or the drive to get out. So yeah, most men who are in that situation, they'll never make it out. Simple as that. They're gonna stay down. They're not gonna get up and chase the bag. They done for it. Cause that's the only way they can make it out. It's through the bag, bro. He need a bag. He need money for women to deal with him, bro. Other than that, he's done for it. Short ball guy. He definitely need a bag, bro. He's short, bald, really skinny. Women ain't gonna want to have nothing to do with him, bro. That's why I wasn't really happy for him when he had a date. Like I said, man, I wasn't happy. I knew what the outcome was gonna be. I knew that he was gonna stay in that situation for all eternity. Just because you got one date, it doesn't mean that you have a girlfriend, bro. He was all excited. You know what I'm saying? He was all happy and shit. He's like, man, stop listening to this goddamn blue pill stuff. What the hell's wrong with you? Listening to goddamn black pill video. What's going on? Boy, he was all happy he got a date. And I was like, man, that don't mean nothing though. It don't mean nothing. He still gotta get her to be his girlfriend and shit. What's up with the Cradle? What's up with the Cradle? yeah, he ain't getting out. He'll never get out of that situation, bro. These guys need success, bro, to get out. They need money and status, They need money and status. These type of guys, if they ain't hungry, if they're not ambitious, if they don't go out there and get that bag, they finish, bro. They are toast. Nah, you're gonna have to get money, man. And short ball guy, that's the only way out for him, especially because he's so short. And he bald and skinny, hella skinny. It's like, man. And these guys are walking around delusional. Short bald guy talking about, yeah, I want a tall woman. I'm like, man, you never gonna get one in this lifetime. Not without money and status. Kevin Hart knew that. He knew he had to get money and status just so he could get a woman, bruh, of a tall woman. And what happened? When he became Kevin Hart, what happened? What happened? He got a tall woman. But he had to go out there and tell a million jokes. He had to go out there and become an actor and bring in the millions and bring in the bag, right? And then he got a tall woman. It don't happen before, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, counting your chickens before you hatch, it could be a real downer after a while. Don't be counting your chickens before they hatch. That's what I was telling them in the comment section. I went to the comment section of Short Ball Guy's video, I got a date, right? So I went to the comment section, I was like, look, man, it doesn't mean you got the girl yet. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. And he did. And then what happened? There was a big letdown. He got back online, he started cussing everybody out. So I ain't fucking with no niggas, I ain't fucking no bitches, I ain't fucking with nobody, man. He was angry. Because he got ghosted. I told you what was going to happen, bro. These women are very picky nowadays, bro. Can't no short, bald man just come up just like that for no reason, It happened to me when I was out there dating. I was getting ghosted, and I was having sex with some of these women, and they still ghosted me, bro. I'm busting nuts inside a Thai girl, and 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 she still ghosted me, bro. She still ghosted me. I was like, what? What did I do? Ooh, careful. Look, you know, she almost slipped and broke her head open. Uh, I was busting nuts, and it was like, bro, I thought I had Thai girl since I was busting nuts inside of her. Nuh-uh. These women got options. Good Lord, okay? She went with the motherfucker who had money, bro. And I was mad. So I've been through that dating and getting ghosted and you know what I'm saying? And I've been through that, bro. I knew exactly what was gonna happen to him. Since he's being short and bald, man, that female wasn't gonna stick around for very long. Matter of fact, I don't know. I don't think he told us about the date. You know, how did the date go? Is she still talking to you? Did she still calling you? Nope. I can safely say nope. So nah, man. Stop trying to cut corners and shit, bro. You know you stuck. You're gonna have to dig your way out slowly, like Kevin Hart did. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to slowly inch your way to the finish line, bro. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of guys better wake up. You better wake up and realize what you got to do. You feel what I'm saying? Why you think a lot of like sub-5 guys go out there and get success, man? You know, success is the best revenge for a lot of men, bro. You feel what I'm saying? They get laughed at, they get teased in school. No girl want to date them. All the Stacys rejected them, bro. You know, rejected them, bro. Like, I saw that one incel cartoon, bro, where this fat guy walked up to this Stacy and he stepped to her, he shot his shot, and she shot him down hard. She was like, dude, I'm not into Wells. You didn't push away from the table or some shit like that because he was fat and he was bald or whatever. It was like, bro, some niggas gotta work harder than other niggas. That's all I gotta say, bro. I can't explain this no more, bro. Like, some niggas have to work harder. Meaning that they cannot fail at what they do in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you going in the NBA, bro, you better be practicing, especially if you got a sub-5 face. Man, you better be practicing every single day of your life, bro. You can't miss too many shots, or you're not gonna make the team. You feel me? Nah, you gotta make the team, bro. That means you gotta be getting up early, shooting hoops, you know, doing your push-ups and your squats. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be up early, like Iron Mike Tyson. You know, he had to become heavyweight champion just to get out of his situation that he was in, and this is before the internet blew up. Mike Tyson was a sub-5 dude, bro, but he knew he had to succeed though. He had to get out there and win, bro. Because sometimes when your back is against the wall, what's up with it, Ranger Rick? Sometimes when your back is against the wall, you're gonna have to fight. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah. Feel me? When you're back against the wall, you're gonna have to fight. You're gonna have to fight. You can't sit there and get your ass whooped with your back against the wall. Nah, you gotta turn around. You gotta throw them things, bro. You gotta fight back. You know? And he's done for, man. Yeah, he didn't succeed. He been gave up. He's done for. He's finished. He didn't succeed. He's done for. He ain't coming out of that. And we got to be aware and be mindful that he might become a shooter, bro. Like some of these YouTubers, they were showing signs of aggression. You know what I'm saying? Like he might become a school shooter or something. You feel what I'm saying? Look at the way what's his name was talking before he went out and started shooting people. What's his name? Can't think of that incel dude name, man. You know, he wasn't even an incel, bro. He wasn't even sub 5. What's that dude name? Damn, shit. The half white, half Asian kid that just went out and started shooting Chaz and Tyrone's and Stacy's, you know. Shit, I can't think of his name. Anyway, my memory is getting worse, man, as I get older and shit. You know. But he was showing signs of that before he exploded and started shooting people. He's the scene right now. He's dangerous, bro. I wouldn't be by that nigga's side hanging out with him right now, bro. He's dangerous. You feel me? Anyway, I'm about to get in here, man. I'm about to end this live. You know, when you start talking like that, the way he Succeed is talking, that's when you're done. You're done. He's done. And you got people out there rooting him on and shit. I'm like, don't root that man on, bro. Please stop it. Don't root him on. Nah, tell him he need to get on this grind. The other motherfuckers have given up too, man. Let's get out of here, man. I gotta get in here and charge his phone and then work out. You guys have a good day. I'll be back on later. I'll do a before workout live. I'm out.